if there are tariffs imposed on Indian pharma companies or globally pharma companies, this is going to impact the other pharma companies, but as well as US, because the overall healthcare cost can go up. Now, HSBC has come up with a report which says that in US pharma market, the generic drugs actually account for around 90% of the prescription volumes, and Indian companies actually supply 60% of the total generic volumes. If you look, India's total exports to US was around $10 billion, and India also imports medicines from US that comes to around $1 billion. That is almost 1/10 of the export that India does. And if you look at the $10 billion, it is actually 30% of the total export that India does in the pharma sector. For imports that India does, they actually charge a 10% tariff on the US medicine, whereas US charges 0% on the imports that they do on the Indian medicines. And actually, for Indian companies, US market is an important market because around 10 to 15% of the overall revenues comes from US market. For example, Zydus Life, they derive around 47% of the revenues from US market. Dr. Reddy's, Lupin, they derive around 40 to 45% of the revenues from US markets. And the products that are sold to the US markets, they are basically drug formulation, biologics, bulk drugs. These are some of the products which are sold to the US markets. Now, HSBC says that they were expecting in FY26, actually, the overall sales to US market as percentage of revenue would be somewhere around 10 to 60%. But now, if the tariffs are imposed, that would impact the EPS of these companies. Now, they have taken a hypothetical, condition, and they say for if there is a 10% increase in the overall tariff, this could impact the overall EPS of around 1 to 6.5% for FY26 for several of the Indian companies. For example, the impact on Aurobindo Pharma on EPS would be around 5.5%. For Zydus, it can be around 6%. For Dr. Reddy's, it can be around 6.5%. Now, this is the assumption for a 10% increase in tariff. But if it is 25%, so there could be a manifold impact on the overall EPS of this company. This is what HSBC says. But yes, this could impact Indian companies, but yes, as well as the US healthcare cost.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.